All right, this video is going over the third page of your study guide, which is numbers 14, 15, and 16. So let's jump right in. Number 14, compare each measurement to 3 quarts. Write the measurements in the correct box below. So I'm going to need my land of gallon to help me out. So I've kind of written on this one, but it's still going to be useful. I used it in the last video. But I've still got my land of gallon here to help me. So I'm comparing everything to 3 quarts. So I'm going to go ahead and just take my Sharpie here, and I'm going to show what I'm comparing it to. So I'm comparing it to 1 quart. I'm comparing it to 2 quarts. I'm comparing it to 3 quarts. So I'm comparing it to that right there. Let's look at the first one. The first one is 12 cups. I can either say that it's less than, equal to, or more than 3 quarts. 12 cups. So let's find our 12 cups. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 cups fills in 1, 2, 3 quarts, which means that 12 cups is equal to 3 quarts. So I'm going to take 12 cups, and I'm going to put it right here in the equal to section. And then I'm going to cross it out because I've already sorted that one. The next one is 1 gallon. So we're looking at the whole thing, right? The land of gallon. Well, I know that 3 quarts does not yet make up a whole gallon because I still have 1 more quart. So 1 gallon is greater than 3 quarts. So 1 gallon is more than 3 quarts. So I'm going to put it over here. And I'm going to cross that one out. The next one says 8 pints. So I'm looking at those P's now. Let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the minute I left that 3rd quart and I went into the 4th one, I had more than 3 quarts. So 8 pints is also more than 3 quarts. So I'm going to put it over here, cross it out because it's been sorted. 6 cups. All right, back to cups. So let's count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm stopping right here at 1.5 quarts. Well, I know that's less than 3 quarts, so I need to put that over here in the first box. 6 cups. And cross it out because I've used it. The next one is 6 pints. Let's go back over here and count 6 pints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once I hit that last pint there, I see that I filled in 1, 2, 3 quarts. So I know that 6 pints is equal to 3 quarts. And the last one, half a gallon. So I'm going to take my gallon, I'm going to split it in half, boom. All right, so I'm only talking about this much. This is half of a gallon. Well, half of a gallon is less than what I have because I have this quart down here too. So half a gallon is less. And how nice, we have an equal amount in each one. So that's how you use your land of gallon chart to help you solve the question like number 14. Let's look at number 15. Luke made a paper airplane. On his first throw, the paper airplane flew 3.7 meters. On his second throw, the paper airplane threw 45 centimeters further than his first throw. How many centimeters did the airplane fly on the second throw? Show your work. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to underline what I know. On his first throw, the paper airplane threw 3.7 meters. On his second throw, the paper airplane flew 45 meters further. That's a key word there, further. How many centimeters did the airplane fly on the second throw? So I know that my answer is going to need to be in centimeters, and I'm looking at that second throw. All right, so I'm going to use this space to kind of do some work. So the first thing I know is on his first throw, okay, he's going to throw it 3.7 meters. On his second throw, he's going to throw it 45 centimeters further. So his second throw is going to go that far, and then it's going to go 45 centimeters further. So what I'm trying to figure out is I'm trying to figure out this total amount here. What is that total amount? And I need that total amount to be in centimeters. So I know that this is an addition problem because I have a part, and I'm trying to find the whole. So I know that what I need to do is I need to do 3.7 meters plus 45 centimeters. But I can't. I can't do it like it is because I have a meter and I have centimeters, and I cannot add meters to centimeters. So I'm going to need to convert one of these measurements. Because my answer needs to be in centimeters, it makes sense for me to convert 3.7 meters into centimeters. So that's what I'm going to do down here. I'm going to do 3.7 meters equals how many centimeters? I'm going from big to small, so I'm going to multiply them all. What am I going to multiply it by? I'm talking about meters and centimeters, so I'm going to flip back to my first page in the study guide, to my conversion chart. I'm going to find where it talks about meters and centimeters right here. So I need to multiply it by 100 because there are 100 centimeters in a meter. So I'm going to multiply 3.7 times 100. When I multiply, I move my decimal to the right, and I move my decimal to the right 2 times. So I need to take 2 hops. That's 1, that's 2. I see a blank space, which means I put a 0 in. So 3.7 meters is going to give me 370 centimeters. So now I have 370 centimeters, and I'm going to add to that 45 centimeters because it flew 45 centimeters further. 0 plus 5 is 5. 7 plus 4 is 7. 8, 9, 10, and 11. 3 plus 1 is 4. So my answer is 415 centimeters. But if I have words in my problem, I need words in my answer. So I'm going to say the airplane flew 415 centimeters. It is so important that you put your units on the second row. And I'm going to circle it so that Miss Ross does not have to hunt for my answer. Okay? So that was how to do number 15. The key for that one is to remember that I have to have common units in order to add. All right, let's look at the last one on this page, number 16. Now, number 16 is also taking us back to what we've done previously. It's got a line plot on there. Let's read what it says. A group of 5th grade students measured the objects in their desks to the nearest half, fourth, and eighth of an inch. They displayed the data on a line plot. If you put all the objects together end to end, what would be the total length of all the objects? So I'm trying to find the total length of all the objects. So what I need to do is I need to understand what this line plot is saying. So let's talk about these fractions. Right now, these fractions are showing me the length, right? The measurement. And this is a length in inches. So what does each X represent? Remember, each X is going to represent a piece of data. In this case, each X represents an object that they measured. So every X measured means an object. So I can tell that they measured 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They measured 10 objects. Now, this question is not asking me to redistribute. So I don't need to do step number 1, find the total amount. Step number 2, distribute it out. I don't need to do that because it's not asking me to distribute. It's simply asking me to find the total length. So I only need to do step number 1, find the total amount. And the way that I find the total amount, remember, is to add up every X that I see. So I have 1/8. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of X it out as I add it up. And then I have 1, 2, 3 2/8. So I'm going to add 1, 2, 3. And I took care of all of those. There's 1 over 3/8, which means I'm going to add 1 3/8. There's 2 over 4/8. So I'm going to say 4/8 plus 4/8. There's 2 over 6/8. So So I'm going to add a 6/8 and a 6/8. And there's 1/8/8. So I'm going to add one of those. Oops, make that a plus sign. Now, that's a lot of numbers. So what I could have also done is I could have also done a little bit of multiplication with this. I could have said 1 times 1/8 gives me 1/8. And then I could have said 3 times 2/8 is going to be 2, 4, 6. That's going to be 6/8. There's only 1/3/8, so that stays 3/8. And then I've got 4/8. I've got 8/8 because I have 2 4/8. And then I could have added 6, 12, 12/8, and my last one, my 8/8. So that cut down the amount of numbers that I'd have to add. But I'm going to add up both of them just to show you that we're going to get the same answer. So let's start with my first one up here. Remember, this is 2 different ways to solve the problem. So I could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 18, 19, 20, take 2 away from 6, add 4 back, 24. 24 plus 6 is going to get me to 30, plus 8 is going to get me to 38. 38/8. That was nice and easy because I had a common denominator, so it was easy to add. Let's go down here and add these up. 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 3 is 10, plus 8 is 18. 18 plus 12 is going to give me 30, plus 8 is also going to give me 38/8. Same answer. 2 different ways I got it, same answer. Okay? So, it's asking me what would be the total length of all objects. It's 38/8, but that's not a nice, even, easy number for Miss Ross to read, so I'm going to help her out a little bit. I know that fractions are the same thing as division, so I can say 38 divided by 8. How many times can 8 go into 38? Well, I know that 8 can go into, can't go into 38, but if I did 8 times 4, that would give me 32, right? So let's do it times 4. Subtract it out, 8, 7, 6. 8 can't go into 6. So I've got 4 holes and 6 out of 8 pieces left over. So I could say there are 4 and 6/8 inches. You could circle that as your answer, or you could simplify it even more, right? Divide it by 2, divide it by 2, gets me to 4 3/4 inches. And I'm going to circle that because that's my answer, and we want Miss Ross to be able to see our answers. Remember doing line plots now? You might see something very similar to this on your test, so make sure you review line plots. All right, so that is page number 3 of your study guide. We have one more video that's going over the last page of your study guide, so if you need it, click on that next video.